I know the exhaustion in your eyes, the profound weariness of facing the same old fight. You talk about giving in, about letting the pressure finally extinguish our light. The voices around us whisper easy surrender, the comfort of simply walking away, telling us the effort is futile, the cost is too great, that we should just end the fray. But I look at the history we built, the resilience woven into our core, and I find a stubborn refusal to accept that we can't weather this and so much more. We are past the point of casual choice. This is a necessity, a fight for our soul. The spirit that runs now will never truly feel complete, never finally be whole. I won't accept the quiet resignation, the notion that our affection must decline. I draw the line here, right now, declaring this moment is fiercely mine. And there is no retreat from the struggle, no turning back from the edge of the line. No retreat from the promise we made, the future we swore would forever be divine. We fight for the affection that defines us, connection that burns steady and true. I won't let the forces of fatigue or doubt take away the most beautiful thing I know. You, I dig my heels in, I lock my spirit to yours, and I refuse to let the darkness win. This is our stand, our final resistance, declaring there is no retreat. Let the battle begin. You say it's easier to walk solo, to only bear the burden of your own pain and needs. But I tell you, the true strength is found in standing together, planting powerful, enduring seeds. We face worse storms than this shadow, challenges that should have torn us apart before. And each time we found a deeper commitment, knocking at our resilient door. We can't let the fatigue of the journey convince us that the destination isn't worth the strain. I need you to remember the fire, the reason we chose to endure the rain. We are past the point of casual choice. This is a necessity, a fight for our soul. The spirit that runs now will never truly feel complete, never finally be whole. I won't accept the quiet resignation, the notion that our affection must decline. I draw the line here, right now, declaring this moment is fiercely mine. And there is no retreat from the struggle, no turning back from the edge of the line. No retreat from the promise we made, the future we swore would forever be divine. But for me, affection that defines us, connection that burns steady and true. I won't let the forces of fatigue or doubt take away the most beautiful thing I know. You, I dig my heels in, I lock my spirit to yours, and I refuse to let the darkness win. This is our stand, our final resistance, declaring there is no retreat. Let the battle begin. Music drops too slow. If we walk away now, we'll spend forever wondering if we gave up too soon. We'll carry the ghost of this potential, chasing the light beneath a pale moon. Look at me now and find the last piece of courage tree. You say it was just a brief chapter, a moment in the long, complicated script. You minimize the gravity of the connection, the depth of the commitment we slip. You try to categorize the affection as minor, a footnote in the grand sweeping tale, hoping to lessen the impact of the ending, hoping the memory will gracefully pale. But the spirit remembers the intensity, the way the world fractured when we finally met, and denying the significance of the sorrow is the one truth I can never forget. Oh, don't cheapen the journey we walk. Don't pretend that the bond wasn't real and so rare. To claim it was nothing is to dismiss the essence of the spirit and the love we chose to share. Every tear shed, every promise whispered, every fragile moment we managed to keep, it all adds up to a truth that is vital, a devotion that runs incredibly deep. Don't you dare tell me it was fleeting, because to my spirit it matters, it matters. The way we redefine comfort, the way my whole fragmented world shatters, it matters. The laughter, the sorrow, the dreams we built and swore we would pursue. You can't erase the history we forged. The depth of the impact is absolutely true. I hold the weight of this connection, the proof of the life we truly designed. And no matter what you decide now, this genuine affection, it matters to my mind. I see you as striving for distance, attempting to detach with a cool clinical grace, as if by denying the intensity you can't erase the memories from this sacred space. But the mark you left on my existence is indelible, a permanent shining stain, honoring the beauty of the experience is how I survive the current pain. To minimize the affection is to undermine the courage it took for both of us to try. And I refuse to let our genuine, difficult truth simply wither and utterly die. Don't cheapen the journey we walked. Don't pretend that the bond wasn't real and so rare. To claim it was nothing is to dismiss the essence of the spirit and the love we chose to share. Every tear shed, every promise whispered, every fragile moment we managed to keep, it all adds up to a truth that is vital, a devotion that runs incredibly deep. Don't you dare tell me it was fleeting, because to my spirit it matters, it matters. The way we redefine comfort, the way my whole fragmented world shatters, it matters. The laughter, the sorrow, the dreams we built and swore we would pursue. You can't erase the history we forged. The depth of the impact is absolutely true. I hold the weight of this connection, the proof of the life we truly designed. And no matter what you decide now, this genuine affection, it matters to my mind. The ultimate respect we can pay to what we shared is to acknowledge it's true. Massive scale, to look back and say that was significant, that was real, and it will never fail. I will keep the honesty is hope, because denying the worth of the affection is a betrayal of the spirit's finest gold. It matters, it always will. You're here in the middle of a crowd, surrounded by conversations and noise, engaged in the surface level drama, fulfilling the expected polite poise. But beneath the veneer of the ordinary, there's a current that only we two perceive. A silent charged communication, a truth that our spirits can only believe. You're talking to others, maintaining the facade, smiling with an effortless grace. But then for a fraction of a second, your eyes find their way to my face. It's a glance that lasts barely a moment, a flicker of unguarded, potent desire, a micro-expression that confirms the existence of the dangerous, beautiful fire. It says everything the words refuse to admit, the feelings we are forced to conceal. A silent shared confession that makes my own hidden affection feel intensely real. Is that final, fleeting, knowing moment, the power of your secret look, a glimpse into the pages of the unwritten, forbidden book. It tells me that I'm not imagining the tension, the silent, magnetic, irresistible pull, that you feel the intensity too, the affection that makes both our fragile spirits whole. We go back to the drama, the polite conversations, pretending we're not on the brink. But that secret look is the promise, the truth that makes my entire being think. I try to decipher the intention, the exact message you wanted to send and convey. Was it a warning, a promise, a confession, or simply a desperate prayer? I hold on to that image for the rest of the evening, a secret, hidden, private guide. The memory of that unguarded moment is a place where my own spirit can finally hide. The people around us will be shocked by the meaning in the split second quiet exchange, but to we two, it's the only true language, the full emotional range. Unguarded, potent desire, a micro-expression that confirms the existence of the dangerous, beautiful fire. It says everything the words refuse to admit, the feelings we are forced to conceal. A silent shared confession that makes my own hidden affection feel intensely real. Intensely final. Oh yeah, the power of your secret love. A glimpse into the pages of the unwritten, forbidden book. It tells me that I'm not imagining the tension, the silent, magnetic, irresistible pull, that you feel the intensity too, the affection that makes both our fragile spirits whole. We go back to the drama, the polite conversations, pretending we're not on the brink. But that secret is the promise, the truth that makes my entire being think. We can continue the performance for as long as we feel we need to maintain, but the truth is out there, sealed in that instant, beneath the fear and the strain. One day the words will finally follow the taught me early to guard my vulnerability, to keep the core of my spirit concealed. I built my defenses high, believing every shared secret would eventually be revealed. I walk through affection with caution, always seeking the hidden escape route and the line, afraid of the ultimate betrayal, the inevitable moment when the promise would decline. But with you, the need for the armor simply vanished. The heavy weight slowly began to ease. You showed me that true safety isn't found in isolation, but in the certainty of your peace. This is not a blind leap of faith, this is a knowing certainty. I have finally found your actions are consistent, your spirit is honest, standing firm on solid ground. I'm handing you the key to the sanctuary, the map to the fears I usually embrace. The greatest freedom I found is the quiet, perfect safety of this time and place. I open my heart now without hesitation, because with every fiber I trust you. I trust you with the fragile history, the painful scars and the dreams that are finally new. This certainty is the foundation, the unshakable rock where our future will safely reside. I trust you to walk with me honestly, always standing right by my side. You are the comfort, the anchor, the safe harbor in every unpredictable sudden storm. I trust you, the purest, most beautiful truth that keeps my once broken spirit warm. I know that life brings a share of the unpredictable, the moments that challenge and strain. There will be shadows and doubts just that attempt to bring back the pain. But my faith in your core goodness is absolute, a compass that will never stray or fail. Even when the vision is cloudy, your truth is the light that pierces every single veil. This depth of belief is the deepest affection, a bond stronger than any physical tie. It's the knowledge that when the whole world shifts, you are the one constant beneath the sky. This is not a blind leap of faith, this is a knowing certainty. I have finally found your actions are consistent, your spirit is honest, standing firm on solid ground. I'm handing you the key to the sanctuary, the map to the fears I usually embrace. The greatest freedom I found is the quiet, perfect safety of this time and place. I open my heart now without hesitation, because with every fiber I trust you with the fragile history, the painful scars and the dreams that I finally knew. This certainty is the foundation, the unshakable rock where our future will safely reside. I trust you to walk with me honestly, always standing right by my side. You are the comfort, the anchor, the safe harbor in every unpredictable sudden storm. I trust you, the purest, most beautiful truth that keeps my once broken spirit warm. To fully trust is to be fully alive, to shed the burden of constant self-defense. Thank you for creating the space where affection and security make perfect sense. I surrender my control, my doubt, my fear of the eventual loss that may come, because the gift of this current certainty is greater than being perpetually numb. I trust I see the suitcase by the doorway, a silent, terrifying symbol of your intent. Every breath you take is measured, a moment of profound, significant scent. You speak of reasons, of space, of finding clarity that lies outside our shared view. But all I hear is the breaking of the future, the shattering of the love I thought was true. Please don't let the fatigue of this moment convince you that the effort is finally done. Don't trade the deep affection we built for a solitary journey beneath the cold sun. I know the path has been painful, the journey has taken a heavy, relentless toll. But running now is an act of spiritual surrender, destroying the very essence of your soul. Don't believe the lie that distance will heal the wound that only time can mend. I am begging you to reconsider, to let this terrible chapter finally end. I'm not asking for forever right now, I'm only begging you to just stay for the remainder of this difficult moment, and promise me you won't walk away. Give us one more chance for the silence to settle, for the fear to slowly subside and retreat. Just stay and let the sheer power of this abiding affection make our bond finally complete. I need your presence to anchor my spirit. I need the hope that your love can renew. Please look at the future we're throwing away and tell me you will just stay. You talk about finding yourself, discovering the spirit that you feel you've misplaced here. But I tell you that true self-discovery happens when you face the challenge without fear. We can navigate this together, we can redefine the boundaries and the space we need to grow. But we can't do it if you choose to abandon the safe harbor you already know. Don't let the ghost of perfection convince you that this is the easiest route to take, because the road you're choosing is lonely, and I fear the promises that road will break. I know the path has been painful, the journey has taken a heavy, relentless toll. But running now is an act of spiritual surrender, destroying the very essence of your soul. Don't believe the lie that distance will heal the wound that only time can mend. I am begging you to reconsider, to let this terrible chapter finally end. I'm not asking for forever right now, I'm only begging you to just stay for the remainder of this difficult moment, and promise me you won't walk away. Give us one more chance for the silence to settle, for the fear to slowly subside and retreat. Just stay and let the sheer power of this abiding affection make our bond finally complete. I need your presence to anchor my spirit. I need the hope that your love can renew. Please look at the future we're throwing away and tell me you will just stay. Hey, you. I only ask for a simple ceasefire, a momentary pause in the relentless fight. Don't make a permanent choice in a moment defined by the absence of light. Put the key down, forget the world outside, and just look at the spirit of me. Is this really the moment you choose to give up the affection that makes you feel free? Please, just stay. I remember a long night of sorrow, the shadows that clung to the windows and walls. The silence felt endless. The grief was a presence that answered all of my desperate calls. I thought the color had gone from the world forever, that my spirit was sentenced to permanent gray. The memory of laughter and life seemed impossible, a distant dream that had simply gone astray. But somewhere beneath the wreckage of the breaking, a fragile, determined sprout took hold. A quiet, persistent whisper telling me that the final chapter of the sorrow had been told. I stopped waiting for a miraculous rescue. I learned to light the fire from within. The healing wasn't a sudden event, but a choice I made over and over to begin. The weight that oppressed me is finally lifted, replaced by a lightness I never knew. I can look at the horizon now, ready for the promise that is finally breaking through. And now I can finally welcome the bright day, the beautiful conclusion to the long, tearful night. The bright day when my spirit can smile without effort, completely bathed in the confident light. The broken pieces didn't disappear, they were simply reformed into something resilient and new. I stand here whole heart and burning, and ready for the future. I'm finally walking into this is my rebirth, my moment of triumph, the ultimate victory over the heavy strain. I greet this beautiful bright day, and I will never look back to the pouring rain. The lessons learned in the darkness are invaluable. The wisdom earned through the ultimate cost. I understand the value of affection now, the preciousness of everything I almost lost. I face the world with an open tenderness, no longer afraid of the vulnerability or the fall, because I know that even if affection leaves, my own inherent strength stands eternally tall. The sun feels warmer, the sky seems clearer, the air is filled with the definite true song. This isn't a pretense of happiness, truth is left inside my own core. I thank the pain for paving the pathway that led me back to wanting more. This is the clarity, the peace, the beautiful reward for enduring the difficult tide. I am stepping into the sun with nowhere left to finally hide. Right day, I am here. I see the doubt flicker behind your gaze, the fear that this beautiful moment will simply expire. You worry that time and the pressure of the journey will extinguish the passionate fire you've known, the cruel betrayal of promise, the affection that faltered when the true test began. And you expect this bond, like all the others, to follow the predictable, heartbreaking plan. But the connection we share is built deeper, rooted firmly beneath the surface and ground. It's not based on convenience or the temporary, but on the true spirit we finally found. Let the external world do its worst. Let the circumstances shift and harshly divide. The essence of the commitment we share is the one truth that we can constantly confide. You can question the stars, you can doubt the seasons, but do not doubt the core of my heart. This is the promise of forever, the resilient affection that won't change or depart. No matter what the future may demand of us, my deepest affection won't change through the sorrow, won't change through the joy, covering the entire range. This is not a temporary feeling, this is a permanent, essential state of my soul. I promise you the certainty of my spirit, a promise that makes my being whole. Let the world try to pull us in different directions, let them try to challenge the tide. The truth of my devotion is constant, the one truth that won't change beneath the sky. Muted flaws will surface, imperfections will certainly rise and appear. The challenge of closeness often brings out the shadows that are born of self-doubt and of fear. But the foundation of true affection is seeing the whole, being the light in the shade, and accepting the entirety of the spirit without the final contract ever being swayed. I see the best in you, and I also acknowledge the weaknesses that you sometimes conceal. And my commitment is to both of those truths, making my love absolutely real. Let the external world do its worst. Let the circumstances shift and harshly divide. The essence of the commitment we share is the one truth that we can constantly confide. You can question the stars, you can doubt the seasons, but do not doubt the core of my heart. This is the promise of forever, the resilient affection that won't change or depart. No matter This is not a fleeting emotion. This is a permanent choice I make every day anew. To stand by your side through all the unknowns, forever devoted and true. Take this certainty and let go of the worry that plagued your spirit for so long. You are safe here, anchored in the place where you finally belong. Won't change, never. I spend so much of my spirit chasing the dramatic, the intense, the spectacular sign, believing happiness had to arrive with a loud declaration, an undeniable, forceful design. I overlooked the small moments of magic, the subtle tenderness that unfolded each day. I mistook chaos for passion, letting the true peace silently slip away. But then you arrived, not with thunder, but with a quiet, beautiful, constant stream of light. And you showed me the profound, simple richness that exists in making everything right. It's the ease of the laughter, the shared simple moments that make my heart softly soar. It's the understanding that we don't need to try, we just need to simply be who we are. This feeling is resilient, it's effortless, it's the quiet strength I always search to find. The beautiful, pure realization that leaves all the sorrow and complexity behind. Of the joy you brought, chasing all the shadows away. I no longer need to check the forecast for storms. I trust the clear sky we have made. The old anxieties that used to consume me are now simply quiet and unafraid. Your presence is the grounding force, the certainty that allows my spirit to expand, knowing that the truest contentment is found right here within the reach of your hand. We talk about the future with an effortless hope, a conviction that is simple and strong, because every part of this bond feels right, feels honest, feels exactly where it belongs. It's the ease of the laughter, the shared simple moments that make my heart softly soar. It's the understanding that we don't need to try, we just need to simply be who we are. And it's brilliant, it's effortless, it's the quiet strength I always search to find. The beautiful, pure realization that leaves all the sorrow absolute truth of the joy you brought, chasing all the shadows away. I promise to never again take for granted the simplicity of the love we found, to cherish the quiet contentment, the most beautiful healing sound. This is the ultimate freedom, the final perfect reward for staying true to the end, finding a joy that no one can steal, the affection that will never the joy I spent so much time in camouflage, perfecting the art of the subtle disguise, presenting the version of my spirit that I thought was most acceptable in others' eyes. I carefully edited the vulnerability, concealing the scars and the flaws beneath a bright sheen, believing that true, absolute affection could never accept the core of what lay within. But the moment I met your gaze, all the elaborate performance instantly stopped and ceased. You saw past the surface, past the projections, and offered my true self unexpected peace. There is no longer a secret I need to protect, no truth that I feel I must cautiously hide. You understand the language of my silence, the places where my deepest anxieties reside. That effortless, profound comprehension is the most valuable gift I could ever receive, because the spirit that truly sees me is the spirit that helps me finally believe. It's a simple anchor and truth that you know. Perfect, beautiful sense. You recognize the battles I fight internally, the ones I never have to explain or defend. And in that complete, honest recognition, our connection will eternally ascend. I am fearless, I am open, I am finally free to be the essence I was meant to be. The deepest proof of our affection is simply the fact that you know me. You never try to fix the darkness, you simply acknowledge that it is occasionally there. Your compassion is a steady, gentle candle that cuts through the confusing, heavy air. That level of acceptance is a miracle, a bond forged in honesty and light. I feel no shame in my imperfections, sheltered safely within your patient sight. The easy way we communicate That is the definition of a true home. The only story I ever need to tell. David and smooth that you know me. It's the simple anchor and truth that you know me. The spirit beneath all the false pretense. You know me in my sorrow, my joy, my weakness, making perfect, beautiful sense. You recognize the battles I fight internally, the ones I never have to explain or defend. And in that complete, honest recognition, our connection will eternally ascend. I am fearless, I am open, I am finally free to be the essence I was meant to be. The deepest proof of our affection is simply the fact that you know me. I finally put down the performance, the need to constantly try and impress or deceive. Because you understood the whole story before I even had a chance to conceive. This is the ultimate trust, the greatest affection, the comfort that sets my spirit free. Thank you for seeing the entirety of the being that I finally allow myself to be. You know me, and you stay. I look back at the distance I've traveled, the challenges I fiercely fought and endured, the strength I discovered, the scars that healed, the ultimate courage I assured. Every lesson learned in the solitude, every moment of sorrow I silently bore. It all seems to lead to this singular moment and the affection I finally have in store. My spirit was being prepared, refined by the fire, tested by the weight of the despair, not for my own survival, but for the profound gift I now finally get to share. All the resilience I earned, all the patience I gathered, the peace I worked so hard to find, none of it was meant to be cared for myself. It was meant to be entirely resigned. I built this stronger version of my being, not for my own benefit or singular claim, but to be worthy of the connection, to stand strong and cold forward. Every piece of my healed existence, every ounce of my love is for you. For you is the strength that I carry, the commitment that is honest and utterly true. The lessons of the past became the foundation, the rock where our future will safely reside. I offer the truest, most complete version of myself, with nowhere left for my spirit to hide. My patience, my passion, my certainty, my entire being is purposely set. Everything I have become, everything I will be, is a devotion I will never regret. It's for you. You deserve affection that is stable, a spirit that knows its own worth and its core. You deserve a partner who won't falter or break under pressure, but standing off for more. I'm not the fragile entity I once was, susceptible to every emotional sway or fall. The years of refining have led to this moment, ready to answer your ultimate call. I can offer you peace now, not drama, certainty, not the agonizing constant doubt. Because the courage I found in the darkness is the light that will eternally shine out. All the resilience I earned, burning patience I gather, the peace I worked so hard to find, none of it was meant to be kept for myself. It was meant to be entirely resigned. I built this stronger version of my being, not for my own benefit or singular claim, but to be worthy of the connection, to stand strong and call out. Peace of my every ounce of my life is for you. For you is the strength that I carry, the commitment that is honest and utterly true. The lessons of the past became the foundation, the rock where our future will safely reside. I offer the truest, most complete version of myself, with nowhere left for my spirit to hide. My patience, my passion, my certainty, my entire being is purposefully set. Everything I have become, everything I will be, is a devotion I will never regret. It's for you. Take this offering of my complete spirit, the most sincere gift I could ever present. I am whole, I am ready, I am certain for the journey that we are now fully sent. My life found its purpose, my healing, its meaning. The day my spirit finally saw that everything I endured so that I could give you my utter flaw. All for you. All these eyes. I used to think that affection had to be intense, a difficult flame that consumed every plea. I mistook chaos for passion, failing to see the simple, profound reality. Then you arrived, a quiet, gentle certainty, a solace I never knew could exist. Your presence is like a balm to the sorrow, chasing away the remnants of the mist. You don't demand attention or drama, you simply offer kindness and easy grace, a pure, unwavering tenderness that lights up this whole chaotic space. There's an innocence in your outlook, a beautiful refusal to let cynicism win. You treat every spirit you encounter with a compassion that shines brightly within. This deep, quiet goodness is the miracle, the rarest treasure I could ever find. The antidote to the bitterness of the past, the purest essence of a gentle kind. And that is the beauty I irreplaceable essence of sweet you, whose spirit is a haven, whose intentions are honest and utterly true. It's the simple, effortless kindness, the constant patience that you always impart. Sweet you, the one connection that truly heals the brokenness of my weary heart. I am anchored by your tenderness, captivated by the light you constantly cast. Thank you for being the pure, unadulterated reason that my sorrow is finally the past. You never try to push or to change me. You accept the being I authentically am. You offer quiet encouragement and support, guiding me gently across the shifting sand. When I am burdened by shadows and worries, you don't judge the moments when I regress. You simply hold the space with quiet patience, surrounding me with genuine tenderness. That simple, unwavering acceptance is a freedom I never thought I would find. The release from the need to perform, leaving all my former fears behind. There's an innocence in your outlook, a beautiful refusal to let cynicism win. You treat every spirit you encounter with a compassion that shines brightly within. This deep, quiet goodness is the miracle, the rarest treasure I could ever find. The antidote to the bitterness of the past, the purest essence of a gentle kind. And that is the beauty I celebrate now, the irreplaceable essence of sweet you, whose spirit is a haven, whose intentions are honest and utterly true. It's the simple, effortless kindness, the constant patience that you always impart. Sweet you, the one connection that truly heals the brokenness of my weary heart. I am anchored by your tenderness, captivated by the light you constantly cast. Thank you for being the pure, unadulterated reason that my sorrow is finally the past. I vow to protect the gentle light you carry, the fragile honesty that defines your soul. You are the most precious gift I was given, making my own weary spirit whole. I dedicate my devotion to your peace, the beautiful essence I see in your gaze. Forever grateful for the kindness that illuminates all of my days. Sweet you, sweet you, my gentle I know the restless spirit that still sometimes pushes you toward the distant, uncharted sea. The old temptation to believe that the answer lies in movement far away from me. You search the horizon for monumental proof, for a sign etched in neon and fire. Believing that true certainty requires grandeur, fueling that desperate aching desire. But the truth is often quiet, contained, residing in the simple space we have made. The ultimate sanctuary isn't out there, it's in the safety that will never fade. Oh, stop chasing the blinding light of the future. Stop obsessing over the past, distant pain. The only moment that holds true safety, the only place where true peace can reign, is in the quiet, undeniable connections, the simple knowledge that we're finally near. Let the world keep spinning its complicated web. The only truth we need is clear. The greatest adventure, the ultimate destination, is simply finding you right here, right here. Is the final answer, dispelling every doubt and silencing every fear. I don't need to travel a million miles to find the purpose that defines my own core, because the certainty of your presence right here is everything I could ever ask for and more. You are the comfort, the clarity, the beautiful, unshakable foundation I need to see. This is the simple, honest truth of belonging, found completely right here with me. When you speak of insecurity or feeling adrift, I simply pull your spirit closer to mine. I use the physical closeness as a reminder of the ultimate bond that is utterly divine. We don't need elaborate speeches to confirm the deep commitment that we effortlessly share. Just the shared silence, the synchronized breathing, the safety that lingers in the air. Let the restlessly ambition keep driving the others to places that offer the momentary glee. I found my permanent solace, my quiet haven, in the spirit of you next to me. Stop chasing the blinding light of the future. Stop obsessing over the past, distant pain. The only moment that holds true safety, the only place where true peace can reign, is in the quiet, undeniable connection, the simple knowledge that we're finally near. Let the world keep spinning its complicated web. The only truth we need is clear. The ultimate destination is simply finding you right here. Is the final answer, dispelling every doubt and silencing every fear. I don't need to travel a million miles to find the purpose that defines my own core, because the certainty of your presence right here is everything I could ever ask for and more. You are the comfort, the clarity, the beautiful, unshakable foundation I need to see. This is the simple, honest truth of belonging, found completely right here with me. Right here with me. I surrender the need for the grand gesture, the complexity that used to define the pursuit, but profound truth is found in simplicity. The most beautiful life, affirming root, just a look down. See the connection we share and trust the simple evidence you can perceive. The greatest peace you will ever encounter is the one you already believe. Always right here, always home. to define the boundaries of my everyday. The constant striving for external approval, the desperate need to constantly sway. I chase the moments of superficial success, believing that only victory could soothe the sting. And even when I achieved the high goal, the true satisfaction that I sought wouldn't spring. Then you showed me the value of quiet simplicity, the profound peace that resides in the core. And I realized that true contentment isn't found in monumental triumph, but in something more. This is not exhilaration, not passion that burns quickly and finally fades away. This is the simple, beautiful acknowledgement of the choice I make every single day. I let go of the pressure to be, but the need to impress or to constantly climb. My spirit is finally anchored by your affection, simply enjoying the passage of time. I don't need fireworks or grand declarations. I am truly and utterly pleased. I'm pleased by the quiet certainty of this connection, the beautiful worry that has ceased. I'm pleased that the struggles of the past have finally led to this simple, profound state. My heart is full, my spirit is settled, a feeling that is honest, true, and great. This contentment is the reward for enduring the difficult path that I was meant to tread. And to be unpleased by the life we share now is the happiest word that has ever been said. You accept the little eccentricities, the flaws I tried desperately to conceal and to mend. You see the totality of my spirit, the one I am slowly learning to finally befriend. That kind of grace is the greatest gift. Oh, simple freedom I never thought I would acquire. It extinguishes the internal need for drama, replacing it with a quiet, steady fire. We don't need elaborate plans or external validation to confirm the path we choose to pursue. The joy is found in the simple knowledge that the life we share is genuinely true. This is not exhilaration, not passion that burns quickly and finally fades away. This is the simple, beautiful acknowledgement of the choice I make every single day. I've let go of the pressure, be perfect, the need to impress or to constantly climb. Is finally anchored by your affection, simply enjoying the passage of time. I don't need fireworks or grand declarations. I am truly and utterly pleased. I'm pleased by the quiet certainty of this connection, the beautiful worry that has ceased. I'm pleased that the struggles of the past have finally led to this simple, profound state. My heart is full, my spirit is settled, a feeling that is honest, true, and great. This contentment is the reward for enduring the difficult path that I was meant to tread. And to be unpleased by the life we share now is the happiest word that has ever been said. I choose the quiet joy over the noisy thrill, the steady affection over the painful sting. This beautiful simplicity is the most profound blessing that life could ever bring. To be settled, to be secure, to be utterly, wonderfully content and finally free. This is the life I choose. I'm pleased with the spirit I finally dancing around the perimeter for weeks now, afraid to name the final difficult truth. Filling the air with careful reasoned arguments, mourning the inevitable death of our youth. We use diplomacy to soften the impact, elaborate phrases to avoid the blunt sting, trying to make the separation feel logical, hoping the sorrow would innocuously swing. But the truth is, in the hollow silence between us, in the distance that grows every day, and all the words in the world can't change the fact that the commitment has finally slipped away. I watch you prepare the final speech, the carefully structured paragraph of goodbyes, and I realize that every syllable is superfluous beneath these honest, sorrowful skies. There's no need to analyze the failure, no need to assign the fault or the blame, because the absence of fire is deafening proof that this bond can no longer remain. Stop talking now, my spirit already knows the difficult truth is enough. Said is the silence where the affection that sustained us is finally mournfully dead. I accept the finality without resistance, without the need for the last painful plea. The lack of urgency, the cold, quiet distance is the only closure necessary for me. The narrative is complete, the story is over, the conclusion is brutally clear and defined. The silence holds the verdict, and in that honesty, enough said settles my mind. Enough said settles my mind. You search for the right way to deliver the ending, a method to minimize the visible cost. But the wound has been festering for so long now that the fight for survival is entirely lost. I look at you and see the freedom you're seeking, the life you are finally ready to claim. And my spirit, though broken, finds a strange peace in accepting the absence of the passionate flame. We don't need to dissect the specifics, the minor failures that caused us to drift apart. The essential message is clear in the distance, tearing at the remains of my heart. I watch you prepare the final speech, the carefully structured paragraph of goodbyes, and I realize that every syllable is superfluous beneath these honest, sorrowful skies. There's no need to analyze the failure, no need to assign the fault or the blame, because the absence of fire is deafening proof that this bond can no longer remain. Stop talking now, my spirit already knows the difficult truth is enough. Said is the silence where the affection that sustained us is finally mournfully dead. I accept the finality without resistance, without the need for the last painful plea. The lack of urgency, the cold, quiet distance is the only closure necessary for me. The narrative is complete, the story is over, the conclusion is brutally clear and defined. The silence holds the verdict, and in that honesty, enough said settles my mind. The greatest strength now is simply to cease fire, to release the need for final justification, to walk away with the quiet dignity earned from facing this slow, sad termination. I close the book, I turn the final page, accepting the pain without a single fight. Enough said. Enough said. Enough said. I used to live under the constant shadow of anxiety, anticipating the inevitable fall. Every moment of peace felt temporary, waiting for a sudden catastrophic call. I let the ghost of past betrayals dictate my boundaries, keeping my true spirit locked away, believing that vulnerability was weakness, guaranteeing a painful, sorrowful day. But when you stepped into that cautious space, you didn't demand or try to forcefully mend. You simply offered a steady, absolute truth, the connection that I knew would never bend. The realization hit me that safety isn't found in isolation or the armor I used to keep. True strength is in the courage to surrender, to trust the promise when I finally sleep. I choose to share the historical burden, the heavy chain of what if and what might have been, because the certainty of your affection demands that a new chapter must finally begin. I'm tearing down the walls I built, declaring no fear in the space that we share. No fear of the end, no fear of the silence, the confusing, heavy air. This connection is resilient, built on an honesty that no outside force can ever refute. I embrace the risk of loving completely, trusting the strength of our resilient root. I stand here exposed and completely open, shielded only by the truth that I found with you. My greatest defiance, my ultimate freedom, is simply having no fear. This connection is resilient. I know the world still whispers its warnings, reminding us that nothing is ever secure. It preaches caution and practicality, insisting that only solitude can truly endure. But I look at the clarity in your eyes, the unwavering depth of your commitment and call, and I choose to dismiss the cynical chorus, ready to risk the possibility of the fall. Because living half-heartedly, holding back the affection, is the ultimate sorrow and cost. The greatest loss isn't the broken bond, but the beautiful moment that was never fully crossed. The realization hit me that safety isn't found in isolation. The realization hit me that safety isn't found in isolation. 'Cause I choose not to hide, I choose to be completely seen and known. The vulnerability is the ultimate power, the seed of the deepest affection ever sown. Look at me now, there is nothing left to conceal or attempt to protect or to save. I give you my spirit entirely, the ultimate trust.